WrestleMania 35. Kofi Mania. This is what I have been waiting for months now to see what's going to happen leading up to this. What is the culmination of everything we've been working for the past year now? After WrestleMania 34, a bit sour in some ways because it had a really good start, a good middle, but the end was not as satisfactory as we wanted it to be. This WrestleMania is a WrestleMania that I don't still think is going to be on par with my last WrestleMania, which was 31. This again feels more like a SummerSlam only because of the abundance of matches that this show will have. Some will be great, some will be memorable, some will be pointless, some will be strange, but that's WrestleMania for you in a nutshell. Let's get to it. Reminder, I do have my NXT TakeOver predictions up on the channel already. Check those out if you haven't already. But it's time to dive in. Finally, we're back at it to WrestleMania 35 predictions. Let's go. Now, before we want to talk about any matches, I want to briefly bring up Elias. What is his role at this WrestleMania? Personally, I think it's just going to be something simple, like an interruption by Hall of Famers, maybe DX, and they just come, laugh at him for a little bit and then beat him up. Or it could be John Cena, or it could be The Undertaker if you want to go that far. I don't think it's going to be that big personally. My prediction is Hall of Famers, somebody quick just comes and beat him up and that's it. Nothing too special. Sorry, Elias, but maybe you'll get a match out of it. Maybe. We'll see. Because you have yet to perform on the grandest stage of them all in a ring, one-on-one. You never know. So, let's move to the actual matches. One of them, which was just announced this past week on SmackDown, it's the Fatal 4-Way match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. That's right, it is not the Usos versus the Hardy Boys. That was a disappointment. You had one job, but they did not do it. Instead, they will be taking on the teams the champions, the Usos, will be taking on the champions not the champions. See, this match is just a complete, total throwaway for all I care, except for one little fact I have for it, and let's dive into that in a second after we introduce who's into it. First of all, Tag Team Champions, Usos. They won the titles from Shane and The Miz at Elimination Chamber. They beat them at Fastlane in the rematch, but haven't really done anything with them since. 6-time Tag Team Champions, again defending Tag Team Gold at WrestleMania, again in a Fatal 4-Way match like they did in 2014. Who are they facing this year? Well, this is supposed to be a punishment by Alexa Bliss because the Usos forfeited their match against the New Day last week on SmackDown, so the New Day's Big E and Xavier Woods could win the gauntlet and get Kofi Kingston into WrestleMania, baby. So the punishment apparently is a Fatal 4-Way match. As far as I know, it's one fall to the finish against The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro, Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura, and Ricochet and Aleister Black. Interesting choices considering Black and Ricochet have already signed up for 2 tag title matches already this week, counting the third is the WrestleMania match. They lost against the Revival by countout on Raw. They're facing War Raiders this Friday for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Check out my prediction video, it's really good. And now they're getting into this. So, who walks out with the tag team titles? Chances are it's probably going to be the Usos, but I like to gamble and have fun on occasion. And because this makes a slight bit of sense, and let's dive into that. My pick for this match to walk out with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships are Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. They have done nothing of relevance since becoming a tag team. This would solidify the punishment of the Usos forfeiting the match and help Kofi's chances later in the show. As little as this match may seem, it's actually a lot bigger than it could be. So I'm picking Rusev and Nakamura to walk away with the titles. Again, this is very unlikely, but I like to overthink things like this sometimes. So that's my prediction. Let's see if it's going to happen. Can Rusev and Nakamura actually win gold on the grandest stage of them all, like they couldn't do last year, which annoyed a lot of people when it came to the WWE Championship? But with the United States Championship, annoyed more than some, but sadly then didn't annoy me because Jinder Mahal is the greatest part of that show. Fight me for it. Let's move on to the next match before things get carried away. Let's move on to, I don't know, and yes, I do have a list. I'm not going to try to hide this from you. It's a big show. So let's look and see what's next. For some reason, the Women's Battle Royal, which was barely discussed leading up to the show, is still going to be part of this show. I am not criticizing this match. However, I feel like there is enough showcase in other matches that this really didn't need to be added on, in my opinion. Because you know it's going to be on the kickoff, and that's really all I have to say about it. So let's move into it. Who's in it? Well, a lot of SmackDown talent announced, including the women who were supposedly shafted from the original plans of the SmackDown Women's Championship, including Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Naomi, Carmella, Zelina Vega, Lana. I think the entire Riot Squad from Raw are in this match as well as Dana Brooke. Mickie James, which is an interesting choice. I haven't seen Mickie James for a while. It would actually be nice to see her come back and possibly win this. You never know. But my pick is going to be another gamble because I'm having fun doing this. I'm picking someone who is not officially announced for this match. I do not know what is going on in there. I'm picking Lacey Evans. She isn't announced for this match, but I think she will just be doing barely anything the entire match and just get maybe the last elimination to win it, and just the hilarious moment of the night, Lacey Evans wins the Battle Royal. And it would make her character look better too, because every week she'd come out, if they kept the trophy, she'd have something to point out and say, oh, I'm so great, look at me. I think that would be a smart choice, because nobody else really needs this in any way, although if you think about last year's, Naomi won, and that in the end turned out to be really pointless. So, I don't know. I'm picking Lacey Evans. If it's going to be somebody else who's already in this match, it might as well be Mandy Rose, because she's really the only person that has been booked high enough at this point, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Moving on to the next match, let's talk about the Women's Tag Team Championship match. It is another four-way because we don't have enough of those, do we? For the Tag Team Gold, the first ever champions, Sasha Banks and Bayley, walk in against a team they've already beaten to retain the titles, Nia Jax and Tamina, against the Iconics, who beat Sasha and Bayley on SmackDown a few weeks ago. Deserved, fair play. Against Natalya and Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix is back in the ring. Good to see her. She's doing great. Really good time on Raw. She won with the Glam Slam. No complaints. There's no complaints to that. So who wins this match? As much as I'd love to see Beth get her hands back on gold, I don't quite see it here. I think Sasha and Bayley are just going to retain. That's the smartest thing you can do right now for them. I just don't see the point of any other team winning except the Iconics. If the Iconics win, that would be absolutely gorgeous. But let's see what happens. My pick is Sasha Bayley, though. I'm kind of going for the low-key pick here on this one. No, I don't feel like I'm risking anything with this one either. So, Sasha Bayley. Moving on. We have a match that is just about as predictable as you'd think. It's Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. Drew, so much potential last year. Where did it all go wrong? A lot of people could say Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, but Drew, they just didn't choose you. They didn't choose you, man. And you've been getting so many hits on Ambrose lately, and Roman outside of matches, if Roman's going to win, isn't he? I don't hate Roman. In fact, I'll probably enjoy him winning. It's just, this feels so easy to predict. Roman Reigns gets his win over Drew. Hoo-ah, big dog. Fun stuff. And I don't hate it. It's just poor Drew. That's really it. Roman just isn't on my bad side anymore. Go Roman. Go for it, man. It's just... Drew. Sorry, buddy. I'm picking Roman Reigns. Moving on. Another match that feels incredibly easy to predict. The Intercontinental Championship match. A match that is so pointless except for the fact that, oh, the Demon is coming to WrestleMania. It's Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental Championship. They flip-flopped the title in the past couple of months, and it's Finn's, I guess, rematch, even though automatic rematches are supposedly no longer a thing in the WWE. But Finn won a match to get himself a shot. He's getting it. He has already revealed that he is the Demon. All that stuff they did on Raw, which was, I didn't really need to see that, honestly. I could have just seen smoke in the back and been happy about that. But Finn's going to win. I pick Finn Balor. If the Demon loses to Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, what are we doing? And can we finally end the Bobby Lashley-Leo Rush team-up? Because that's getting old. That's getting old. I'm being honest here. I'm not going to go as in-depth here as I did for NXT TakeOver. I want Finn to win quickly, like the Baron Corbin match at SummerSlam. I mean super quick. And this time, I don't want a beatdown. I want destruction. I want Lashley to get up and spear Rush out of his shoes. Done. Done. Out of here. Go away. So that's pretty much it for that. And if it doesn't happen at Mania, make it happen on the Raw after Mania. I'm done with it. I'm done with the team up. Honest opinion. Let's move on to a match that has recently become a bit harder to predict. It's Samoa Joe defending the United States Championship against Rey Mysterio, the Pueblo, my boy. He's coming for that title, but is he injured? That Baron Corbin match on Raw got a lot of eyes toward Rey's leg. A leg he's had a lot of problems with in the past, more than a few years, a past long while. So, what's the deal? Why have we continually teased Dominic being involved in this? I don't know, but I know who I'm picking. And that is if he does show up to wrestle and the injury isn't as serious as people thought. I'm picking Rey Mysterio. This is his WrestleMania return. Like, come on. Is everyone just looking past this so quickly? That's painful, man. I understand Rey Mysterio hasn't been booked like the Mexican hero that everyone knows he is over the past few months. But this is his WrestleMania return. Samoa Joe has already choked him out at, I think it was Fastlane anyway. So I think Rey can do it. Let's get that Grand Slam, Rey. Get in there. Get that United States Championship and complete your set. Even if he loses it the next night or night after, I don't care. I want to see Rey Mysterio win the title. Samoa Joe with the U.S. title just isn't something I'm that interested in right now. But a Rey Mysterio feud continuing will help that. But it starts with Rey winning the title at WrestleMania. This may feel like a risk, but I feel more confident about this pick than others. I'm picking Rey Mysterio to win that championship. Let's go, Mysterio. Another thing that is really starting to throw some heads is the fact that this is also Samoa Joe's first WrestleMania. Think about that. Think about that. Am I wrong? I'm not. As silly as it sounds, this is Samoa Joe's first actual WrestleMania. He debuted on Raw in 2017, but was kept off of WrestleMania. 2018, injury issues apparently. Kept off of WrestleMania. This year, he's going in as the champ. But debuts at WrestleMania don't really usually go that well, especially for the big, super indie wrestlers. AJ Styles, he lost to Chris Jericho. Ticked a lot of people off. Not me, because I predicted that. But truth, Shinsuke Nakamura last year. AJ beat him. And let's even talk about the big guys. Triple H, 1996, lost. I could go on, but I'm not. I'm picking Rey Mysterio. That's the end of this. Let's move on to match I don't understand the purpose of this year. It's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Braun Strowman, some comedics. Oh, just I don't want to talk about them. I don't. I really don't. And I'm not. It's Braun Strowman, a couple of people from some comedy show I really don't watch that often. Quite the amount of other superstars. The Ascension. Yep. And a lot of others. Who's going to win this? This is another one where it could just be a complete random superstar. Like EC3 finally winning a match. But not even I see that at this point. So who am I going to pick for this match? I could pick Dean Ambrose. He might be given a last WrestleMania win. But I don't really see them doing that, so I'm not. I could pick Braun Strowman. But he's big already. He's won a 50-man Royal Rumble. He doesn't need this. I could pick one of the comedy guys that I really don't want to mention. But I'm not. I don't really know who to pick in this match. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've looked at who's in this, and I've thought about this for, I don't know how long. But I've finally come to a conclusion of who I'm going to pick, and this is very similar to the women's Battle Royal. I'm picking someone who's not announced for this match. I'm picking Kurt Hawkins. The streak ends in the Battle Royal, and WrestleMania pops like crazy. Now, this is a far-fetched, because a lot of people thought that if Kurt Hawkins' streak was going to end by now, it would be winning the titles with Zack Ryder. That doesn't really seem to be a thing anymore. So, how about a chance in a match where, just let him win. Just let him win and make my dreams come true. That's pretty much it at this point. I'm picking Kurt Hawkins. Let the streak end. Let him win. And brag about it and be happy about it and have the people with him. Go Hawkins, go. Go Hawkins, go. If he's not in this match, that's not really a loss to me, because he's not going to lose the match if he's not in it. So we'll see what happens with it. Maybe there will be a bigger payoff for this match. Maybe a big surprise guy like we thought Braun Strowman was going to get last year, but instead we got Nicholas, and that was funny for a whole 5 minutes. So we'll see. But I'm picking Kurt Hawkins. He's great. He's lovely. I'm picking Kurt Hawkins. Moving on. Another match where, in my opinion, the build-up has been so much better than the actual match is going to be. AJ Styles, Randy Orton. The trash talking between the two has been golden over the past few weeks. Who's going to win? Again, this is very similar to my prediction for the NXT Women's Championship. You killed the big spot already. For the NXT Women's Championship match, it was the entire locker room coming out to help. For this match, it was the phenomenal forearm into an RKO. They gave that away on free TV. So who's going to win this match now? Well, it got a lot simpler after that. It's going to be AJ Styles. I could have picked Orton easy, but they did it on SmackDown. So it's going to be AJ. They're going to give it to AJ. AJ Styles is going to beat Randy Orton at WrestleMania. That's pretty much it. He's the cover star of the game. He's involved in the $1 Million Challenge going on. He's going to beat Randy Orton. Unless something really strange goes on, or they come up with a better ending for the RKO, which I don't see how they're going to do unless Orton catches it when AJ goes for a 450. Cool, but I'm picking AJ Styles. End of story. Moving on. A match that will be okay. It is the Falls Count Anywhere match, Shane McMahon versus The Miz. The betrayal happened. It's the one we, the fans, prefer to see, in my opinion. Shane turning heel. But as far as WrestleMania goes, he's going to beat The Miz. Yeah, this is just the start of Shane McMahon being a jerk again in the WWE kayfabe sense. But that's a good thing. Miz isn't going to beat Shane. Shane needs to beat Miz to show him what he's all about still. And if he has to cheat and get everybody to help him do it, then fine. It makes Miz look better, especially after you buried Sanity on SmackDown with him. So, yep, Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon. Like I said, I don't go into detail so much on this as I do NXT because I'm more invested in NXT, except for one match we will get to later on this prediction card. Thank you for staying here past the 20-minute mark. If you are still here, you gorgeous people. Let's continue. Angle. Corbin. It's Kurt Angle's last WrestleMania match. It's supposed to be his last match overall. Does he beat Baron Corbin and get his WrestleMania moment and go off in the sunset? Do they turn this around and have this be something completely different? No. No. Baron Corbin is going to beat Kurt Angle, and the crowd's going to be really upset. And that's my prediction. It's a sad one, but that's what I think is going to happen. Oh my gosh. It's not about Kurt Angle anymore for me. What they've done with him since they brought him back to the ring has been more mediocre than the Angle expectations I'm used to. But the fact is, I think he's ready to retire. I'm fine with that. Thank you, Kurt, for what you've done. Your match at the 2003 Royal Rumble was the greatest match in professional wrestling that I've seen and will ever see to the day I die. And that is a guarantee. So, okay, put Baron Corbin over. If you think he's that worthy, then go for it, man. Corbin wins, the crowd gets upset, I laugh, I say goodbye to Kurt, and that's really it. Unless, of course, they have bigger plans and things get changed. Or Kurt does win, gets a good feel moment, but it leaves the question, couldn't you have done more than Corbin if you were going to win? I'm picking Baron Corbin. Let's go. Let's move on before you all start turning on me. Okay, let's talk about Triple H versus Batista. One of my favorites, Dave Batista, is back. He's going to wrestle Triple H at WrestleMania. No holds barred. Triple H's career is on the line. Can Triple H do what he has never done before and pin Batista on pay-per-view? With his career on the line, as he did against Brock Lesnar in 2013 at the same WrestleMania arena. Is Batista gonna get what he wants? What he really, really wants? I'll tell you without... No, I'm not doing that. But my prediction for this match is Batista, actually. I'm more doing this because I've waited for Batista to come back in a long time. And I want to pick Batista to win because of what he did for Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania last time. So maybe this with Triple H goes on until SummerSlam or even next year's WrestleMania. Or Triple H just wins and that's it. Batista gets what he wants. Something like they did with Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair where this is really Batista's last match and just goes and that's it. And gets put in the Hall of Fame next year, which is more likely to happen. But I don't care. This is one match. I just don't care where I get right or wrong. I want Batista to win because I like Batista, and I'm going with my heart on this. It's a simple-minded prediction, but I like being a simple-minded person sometimes, so I'm picking Batista. Go Batista. Yeah. Show them what you're all about. Yeah. Music. Let's move on before this gets even weirder and before you all get really, really sick of my voice. Understandable, but I love your voice too. I just haven't heard it yet. Speak out. Let's talk about a match that is going to be seriously underrated on this show. Let's talk about the Cruiserweight Championship match. A match that a lot of people probably have overlooked. Buddy Murphy has been Cruiserweight Champion since early October. He has gone through Cedric Alexander multiple times. He has gone through Kalisto. He has gone through Mustafa Ali. He has gone through Akira Tozawa more than once. He finished off Hideo Itami. And now who's he fighting? The winner of the tournament. A man who I have waited to see get this opportunity for a long time. Tony 8 Reasons Nias is getting a Cruiserweight Championship match at WrestleMania. What is the point of the tournament if Tony doesn't win? It makes me a complete hypocrite, though, because I went for the War Raiders against Ricochet and Black, although that was for different reasons. It's Tony Nese. Tony Nese is going to do it, right? You've made me wait this long to see this character develop that I care about, and I want to see Tony Nese do it. But if he doesn't, what was the point? Unless the feud continues and Murphy cheats in some way, which I could see happening. But come on, let me get what I want here. Tony Nese, can you win the Cruiserweight Championship, please? 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 See, this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. This show may not look like the greatest WrestleMania of all time, but if certain endings go the way some would prefer, it easily could be. And this is one of them. Go, Tony Nese. Let's move on. We only have 2 matches left to discuss, and then we're done. And then we wait until the aftermath. Universal Championship match. Unstoppable Brock Lesnar, the 2-time Universal Champion, taking on the man who won the Royal Rumble last year, Seth Rollins. Who walks out with the Universal Championship? Can Seth Rollins slay the beast? No, I don't see them doing that. And if they do, I will absolutely adore it. But I don't see it. I don't see it. As sad as it is, this has lost its focus in place over not only my hero, but the wonderful triple threat match for both women's championships. So I'm picking Brock Lesnar to retain, and this would really annoy people, but I think they should get this match out of the way quick, and just disappointment. This will probably be the most disappointing part of the evening if the show goes the way my head is spinning. So yeah, I'm picking Brock Lesnar. They trolled us so bad last year. I loved it, but they trolled us so bad last year. I'm a bit prepared if they do it again this year. If Seth Rollins wins, then I can just celebrate the rest of my life. But if he doesn't, then I'm ready. I'm picking Brock Lesnar. So with that all being said, let's get to the real point of this video. Kofi Kingston is getting a WWE Championship match on this show against Daniel Bryan, one-on-one. It should be the main event. But most likely, it won't. For obvious reasons. I just love Kofi Kingston. I've been waiting a long time to see this. I've dedicated my channel to Kofi Kingston for the past 2-ish months, but it's nothing like the 11 years he's put in for this business. I want to see Kofi Kingston win the WWE Championship from Daniel Bryan. I'm picking Kofi Kingston to win. I don't care how long he holds it. I don't care how he loses it. I want to see Kofi Kingston win the championship at WrestleMania and get the treatment he deserves for a lot of reasons. Kofi Kingston, you're going to win. And if he doesn't, oh, wow. Ooh, that's not good. No, that's not good. Kofi Kingston. That's my pick. And now, let's get back to business and talk about the main event of this show. It is time to talk about the triple threat match between Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey, the undefeated Ronda Rousey in singles competition, pinfalls, submissions. She's not been pinned. She's not been submitted. She's held the championship since Survivor Series, taking on Becky Lynch, the woman who won the Women's Royal Rumble to get the spot. It got taken away from her. She got it back. She's fought through injury. She's fought through controversy, but she's made it this far. Versus Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, only won it just 2 weeks ago, and now announced that her title will be on the line as well in a unification match. The end of the brand split may be coming sooner than we think in this case. Who walks out of WrestleMania's main event with the Women's Championships? 2 titles on the line. Who wins it all? Well, this is where it gets incredibly hard to predict who. Does Becky Lynch get her crowning moment and win at WrestleMania? Does Charlotte Flair find a way to steal it all one more time, or does Ronda Rousey simply do what she's been always doing and kick some butt and walk out with it all? Oh, you guys want to know who I'm going to pick? Oh, you guys ready for this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you know who I'm picking once I said that, don't you? I'm picking Charlotte Flair. She won the SmackDown Women's Championship. She just won it, mind you. She has done this kind of thing before when she did it at WrestleMania 32, retiring the Divas title and winning the Women's Championship. And she gets one. She gets one up on Becky here. Ronda's mad about it. I can see them doing it so easily. But does Ronda get help? Can Ronda Rousey overcome it? Ronda Rousey is probably the smarter pick in my opinion, but you guys know what I'm all about sometimes. And this is one time where I'm going to be all about it. I'm picking Charlotte Flair, and I'm also thinking if Charlotte wins, Ronda goes away for a bit and then comes back with Shayna, her friends. The 4 Horsewoman program can begin. But that's it. That's really it. That has been my WrestleMania 35 predictions. Whether you love them or you hate them, thank you for watching. Let me know what yours are. And all in all, I think it's going to be a fun weekend, and we can all enjoy the ride. Thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see at this year's WrestleMania. What are you most looking forward to? What do you think is going to be the most exciting moment of the night? Let me know. I will see you all on Saturday for my results and review video for NXT TakeOver. And then I will see you all hopefully on Monday for my WrestleMania results and review video. Thank you for hanging in there. Another great weekend on the way. Keep it real.